Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reef. On today's episode, I'm going to take you on a tour of my local fish store after I've personally hand-picked over 250 corals from Monsoon Aquatics. Let's jump into it. Alright, thank you for joining me on another episode of Parker's Reef, and as touched on in the intro, and also if you saw yesterday's video where I went to Monsoon Aquatics, Australia's largest coral farm, I was up there for a few days and I could not help but pick out a few boxes, in fact 9 boxes worth of frags from the incredible facility that is Monsoon Aquatics to bring back to my local fish store. Now, full disclosure, these did actually come in on a Thursday, and actually at my local fish store we did a public opening where people could come in after hours and they're actually there when we took these corals out of the box and got them into the tanks. And as you'll see from the footage on screen now, it was a huge hit. The plan actually was for me to get some footage there and then that night. We were actually a touch busy and I did not get to capture as much footage as I would have liked. So I had to come in and do the footage on Saturday morning, which probably turned out better in the end because this is going to give you a little glimpse of the corals that are left for sale now, which is going to be better than all those ones that got cherry picked on that unboxing night. But we won't just have a look at the corals I got, we'll have a look at the other corals in stock, we'll have a look at the fish that is in stock, and of course some of the dry goods as well. So probably enough of a preamble from me. Let's check out the stock at Deer Park Aquarium. Alright, here we are. Let's kick things off quickly in the dry room. A couple of things I want to show you in here. We do have the stick-on tabs both in the veggie food and the treat tabs. And of course the brand new Nios fish trap. Now this thing looks pretty cool the way it magnetizes to the side of your tank, and then when your fish swims in after you've put some food in there, release the magnet and it floats to the surface. Also have the Coral Essential Coral Power Food, which is a powdered supplement for your LPS and other corals like that. So got some of the latest and greatest things in stock. Dave always has a huge range of dry goods, and if you can't see it on the shelf, be sure to ask, because he's got things hidden away like this sulfur media down here, not something you see every day, plus a full suite of calcium reactor media there, all the ocean nutrition foods, salifate test kits, got a range of heaters, the 2 little fishies pouches, a huge range of different seaweeds. This is one of the latest things in. This is the Flipper top-down viewer, which also has a removable orange filter, so you can sit your phone in it and get some footage from the top down of your tank, which will look really cool. Plus the Flipper magnetic frag rack, which is something I've actually used on my tank, and I'm a big fan of it. It works quite well. I love the little utility tray. Got some things like Acro Power down here, plus some Kalkwasser media, CVE plus, and of course all of the ceramic media is there. Got the Torch dosing containers back in there, media reactors, calcium reactors, skimmer stands, got some of the Carib Sea aragonite in, various artificial rocks, all the frozen food, some AI blades which have been super popular of late, some egg crate there, got a Waterbox Cube 20-inch stand, some Aquaforest Reef salt, even a Cade caddy sitting there. Up behind the counter we've got the new smart rollers from Reef Factory and all of the other treasures there. Now we'll start off on this tank here. This is the most expensive pieces that came in. We've got some bubble coral frags. We've got that beautiful green and gold frammer in the back there. Lovely torch, some yellow mottled hammers and some blastos in there. Beautiful pieces, and they're all going at $120 each. This Bower Banky here hasn't been priced yet. It will probably be a little bit more expensive, but check out this porcelain crab in the frosted rose bubble tip. Super cool. We'll move on to see some more corals though, because there is a lot to cover. As you can see on the glass, these pieces are $80 each. Obviously not the OG bouncers or the Holy Grail in here, but your other frags. We've got great assortment of torches and hammers in here, various colors. Really nice reverse stem there. You can see that Holy Grail torch there, which is a little bit more expensive. He does roll at $1,500, which is a little bit more than the $80. And likewise, the OG bounce pieces up here, just a touch more expensive, but they are available if your pockets are that deep. But moving across here are some more of the $80 pieces, including this Rhodactus here, this orange spotted Rhodactus. I did hand select and absolutely love it. That is one that will come home with me if no one snaps it up. The acans I won't take though, because I know my big fat angel will eat them all up. And these chalice down here, they're something that have been just glowing away under this AI blade. You can see it just reflecting against the water surface there. Even things like the clams down there, the croquet clams, very much enjoying it. even this beautiful gold hammer here with green stems, all looking fantastic under the AI blades, which is as good as wrap as you're going to get for anything from me, particularly lighting. I have experienced quite a lot of lighting in the market, and to see a quite affordable fixture and not a heap of fixtures making the corals look this good is a great thumbs up from me. But you can see $80 a piece there, or 3 for $200. Coming across here into the $200 tank, we've got some beautiful pieces here. I think these are actually cristatas. They're basically a gold frog spawn. Super nice. I do have one in my tank. See a number of other larger hammers there, from some of your golds to your solid greens, some yellow tips, and then up the top here we do have some larger acan colonies. Got some of the Scully frags in here from Monsoon Aquatics. You see those ones there? They've all been aquacultured in-house. Got some Blasto frags there, some Cynarias, some Lobos, and of course some Scullies there, some wild caught, and also some aquaculture Scullies from Monsoon. Heading around to the other side of this system, this is a $120 tank, or 3 for $300. Good assortment of different sort of pieces and styles in here, from big mixed Blasto colony up the back there, some Duncans, some A-cans. There's a pretty cool candy cane there. I quite like this rock with some really nice gold rhodactis on it. There is another piece of that coming up in another tank, but that one's not a bad pick, quite a few pieces on it. And a number of Scullies there. There's also a couple of the frags from Monsoon there, both in the Scullies. I think there might be a Bower Banky in there, and also a Cynaria. Down the bottom there are some nice Alveopora pieces down there, really cool coloured ones of them, and a good assortment of leathers there as well. Got some nice, there are some Bower Banky frags down on the sand there, you can see, all aquacultured by Monsoon. Then there's a Dash, a Lobo, and some more Blasto colonies with a nice aqua frog spawn. Heading across into this system, we've got a little bit of an assortment of prices here. There's some big wild caught Cataphilias in there, beautiful pieces. This big master grade Scully there. And speaking of big, have a look at some of these Deshies here. There's some beasts in here, including that one with 2 mouths, a beautiful gold spotted one at the back. Some really nice Blasto colonies there, and then up the top there are some nice chalice pieces here from this nice little sort of rainbow one in that front right corner there. That's a pretty cool piece. Through to some reds, some watermelons, all sorts of pieces there. There is a nice torch here from Monsoon. That's one of the greens with the blue tips there. That's a very, very nice piece. And then up in the back left-hand corner here is one of their beautiful coloured Banataporas. Really, really nice colour to see. Such vibrant red and yellow on the one piece. But some pretty cool pieces in that tank, I will say so myself. But we must keep rolling. We've got many more corals plus fish to see. So we'll head on over to this system. Now, this is a $60 system here. You can see $60 a piece, or 3 for $150. Heaps of Goni in this system, but there are an assortment of all sorts of pieces in here. You see some fluffy Rhodactis, Gonis of all sorts of different colours, sizes, combinations, a good assortment of reds, pinks, purples, greens. Let's see what's down on the sand here. We've got some nice leather pieces there, some Platygyras, I think they are, some Lobos, some big wild Zoa rocks. See a couple more of the, they look like they could be Bower Bankies or Lobos from Monsoon down there. Heading across into the next $60 system, again, 60 each, or 3 for $150. Now, this tank here has some of my favorite pieces from the entire trip. Some of these Gonis here, you need to see these in person to see the actual color of them, because they're just ridiculous. And then have a look at some of the variants of Acans in here. Crazy, crazy nice. That rainbow Acan in there. Also, the one that's feeding there, it's only got about 3 polyps, is a just absolutely stunning Acan. It's $60 Australian a piece. Very, very well priced indeed. And coming across there, you get some more Favias, you got some Favites, you got some Acans, there's even a couple of Samacoras in there. But that shelf up the top there, we've got Elegance frags as well. Again, all 60 a piece, or 3 for $150. That is a spot where I'm going to be cherry picking from in another week if those corals are still there. Down at the bottom, we got some wild pieces here. We got some bubbles, some Cephastrias, looks like some more Acans and Bowers down there. Got some Fungias. Cool assortment of pieces there to just fill out. If you're looking for that 3 for deal, you can pick up some good buys there. But coming across into the bargain tank, we've got $35 a piece here, and We've got 3 of these tanks. These are very, very popular at the moment. You can see why. 3 for $90. Huge assortment of zoas. You can make an instant zoa garden and just keep on going. The 3 for $90 deal just keeps on rolling. So you can pick up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces, still at $30 a piece once you hit that mark. And you can see all sorts in here, from Montes to Samacoras to Acros to Stags down to Eurozoas. There's some in particular isolated zoas, and you've got some combination zoa rocks. You've got some gonies down there. In fact, a nice assortment of gonies. Some of those zoa rocks, particularly the Sunny D's, very, very bright. There's a marine beta in there. He's not $35, but it's a fish I am seriously contemplating bringing home. A nice cryptic fish to add to my dream reef. Coming across into the next $35 system, we've got some sulking green star polyps. I think that Regal Angel might be just nipping at them, but a huge number of pulsing xenia frags in there. Got this really nice Rhodactis in there with the little red splashes on it. Nice little bubble coral frag in there. Some candy canes, some Favias, some acans that are a little upset because of the Regal Angel nipping at them, but we'll keep on moving. I will get that Regal Angel out of there in a second because I can't have him eating the corals I handpicked. On to our next $35 system. They just keep on coming. And we've got some Montes, some Chalice, some Favia, some leathers, a few different leathers in there actually, some more Zoas, Samacoras. Some of these are nice soft coral pieces up here that look like the Xenia, but they are not. Juno spoke about those in the Monsoon tour. These 3 acros are not $35 each. They are on hold for the moment, and they will actually be fairly expensive, but we'll cross that bridge another day. Into the acro tank, we've got some Dallas stag in there, something that's always popular. Super bright, goes super fast, and it's just one of the easiest to keep acros out there, and it's so rewarding because it's just so bright. My previous tank had an absolute showpiece of a Dallas in there. Over on this side, we've got some more acro in here. That smooth skin in the front left is quite nice. Big Monty cap piece in there. I quite like the colours of that. It could be a Fuego or something in the back there, but the green and pink's quite cool. It's almost like a reverse shortcake. Some cool tabling, some stags and pieces. The piece in the back right corner up the top shelf there actually looks like what a lot of people call a Pinkachu, which is basically a pink version of a Pikachu. But we'll keep on rolling from the SPS into the $120 tank, and my camera is struggling to pick up the colors a little bit with the extreme amount of blue in here, but essentially this top row has some big euphyllias from both the hammers and frog spawns in there. Big wild caught pieces and some pretty nice examples of that. Down the bottom here, we've got some Lobo and some Philia. That big red one there, that's a showpiece. I know it's only got red and pink in it, but wow, what a piece. Onto some of the larger and brighter leathers, some more Lobos back there, and some gorgeous Fungias down there on the bottom. Helio Fungias at that. Super, super cool pieces. And then we'll just have a quick look over here because there's a couple of cool things I want to point out when we go through the tanks here. Check out the sea apple up there, just doing its thing, filter feeding away. Such a risky thing to have in a tank, but pretty cool if you've got the right tank for it. And of course, this beautiful rose band wrasse. What a stunning fish. This guy's been in there for a little while now. I'm surprised he has not been snapped up. And when you see him in person, those colors absolutely just pop. Here's another sea apple. This one's got a number of peppermint shrimp just chilling on him. But it's probably time we get to the fish. So let's start over in this corner here. And kicking things off is this gigantic gold spot rabbit. When this guy first came in, he was quite the sook, but he's settled into the tank now, and what a majestic animal he is. Those very difficult to show those gold spots on film, but particularly after he's eaten, absolutely glows. Then we've got this hybrid pearl scale angel here. Pretty cool little markings on that dude. I do like the just the subtle variants from the common angels that you find, but plenty more fish to cover. Up here you can see we've got, let's have a look, some sail fins. We've got some of these beautiful golden antheas in here, which have been here for a little while, and their colors have just really started to intensify. Such an easy to keep anthea despite being a little bit expensive. And then rolling down into this tank, we've got this beautiful big Australian caught mustard tang. I know he's become a little bit of a favorite of some of the regulars in store. You can see here he's got quite the personality, and he's not too keen on me waving the camera in his face, so he's letting me know, but a super cool fish indeed. Over here you've got a beautiful pyramid butterfly, and there's also this lovely chorus wrasse down here. This is what I'm pretty sure they call a clown chorus wrasse, basically the black and white variant there, which is a little bit different. I know the chorus wrasse are normally really, really bright, but something about the black and white version is pretty cool. Little dwarf lion down here doing what they do, just flaring up at me, and there's his buddy a bit further up. Nice little fish, particularly for obviously predator systems. Up here we got a banner fish. You can see a little long-nosed hawk there doing a little bit of a dance there. Some beautiful clowns in here. These ones, the storms, got both the orange and the black in there. There is also an angel that just freaked out at the camera, so I might give these guys some room, but just while those clowns are staying relatively still, let's keep an eye on them. But let's roll on to the next tank because those fish are freaking out a little bit too much of the camera. Huge assortment here of some blue tangs. These guys are all fairly medium in size. You see another designer clownfish in there. Oh, now I've upset these tangs. All right, we'll keep on moving. I've obviously got a angry look on my face today. Another lovely long-nosed hawk there. Great little selection of juvenile bangais in there. Cool red and white goatfish. There is a wrasse trying to hide there in the corner. He'll work out he can get under the sand soon enough. And some more blue tangs. These ones are a little bit smaller. The world's biggest mandarin in the back there. That guy. Have a look at the size of him compared to the Bangai cardinal next to him. Absolute beast. Over in this corner here, we've got some gold bar maroon clowns. Let's see, there is the world's smallest pajama cardinals in there. I could barely see them. And then we move on to some other clowns there, some designer juveniles and some standards. We've got some more of the gold spot rabbits up here. A little bit smaller, these guys, but obviously in time they will get big. And of course, a number of foxies in there. Got a white cheek tang, big bannerfish. Over here, let's have a look. We've got, these are our standard, if I could call them that, standard clowns. They're your black and whites, got the oranges above. So always a good number of clownfish on hand. Rolling on over to this tank, we've got some anthias in here. Perfect schooling fish, add nice movement, color. They go well in a decent little school. Just really fill in the background of your tank, so your starfish can kind of come to the front and show off a little bit. And we've got some more anthias down here. There's also some chocolate gobies. Looks like a lineatus wrasse, maybe a blue-eye cardinal. Here's a little hog fish, I'm pretty sure, or a hawk. One of those two in there. Cool looking unit, and yeah, plenty more anthias there. Heading up to this system, you can see we've got a chorus wrasse there, but also this lyre-tail hog, which I gotta say, he's such a cool fish. I know he does get big and somewhat aggressive, but have a look at the colors on him. Such a cool presence, and he knows he's a dude swimming about in that tank, so I like that. He's got a bit of swagger to him. Rolling on over there, we got some fire gobies. Down onto these guys here, these are a sharp-nosed cardinal, another schooling fish, and I gotta say, I really like this subtle markings on these, just that line from the nose to the eye. Doesn't go any further, little spot on the tail. Pretty cool little fish, I reckon. Heading on here, we've got, I'm pretty sure these are neon wrasse. Got a tomato clown in there. There's also some coral catfish, which they do get big and ugly, but they're pretty cute when they're small like that. There's also a nice purple tang in there, just hiding in the corner from the camera, but cool fish to see these days. Down in this system here, we've got a couple of convict tangs. Now, I've absolutely fallen in love with these guys. They're full of business, and I do love just that nice vertical stripe on them. And of course, speaking of schooling fish, there's no shortage of Vanderbilt chromis in there, a flame hawk down on the base there. Heading on over to the world of sailfin tangs, plenty to pick from in there, plus a juvenile chorus wrasse, and a absolute monster of a sunburst anthea in there. He's a big unit, but really cool fish, little solitary sort of style anthea. And I've just noticed there is a, looks like a sergeant major damsel, I think it is in there, just blending in with those sailfins. He's getting away with it because I did not noticing him until then. And some bird nose wrasse, let's have a look here, and some square block antheas, interesting to see. Regal angels, some more of those sharp-nosed cardinals, Valentini puffer, another long-nosed hawk, coral beauty, an absolutely beautiful mimic tang there. That guy is just entering into his adult colors. Really nice fish. Down here, there's a, speaking of mimic tangs, there's a nice adult mimic tang and a beautiful pair of personifer angels. Lovely fish, really cool. There's a Awesome wolf blenny down here. Not a fish you see every day. Super cool. We are getting there. We've got some great barrier reef chromis. Looks like a Niger trigger in there as well. Another coral beauty. And we're pretty much wrapping up the fish now. Then we've got one system down here to go. We've got a number of dog-faced puffers in there. Another regal. There's also a clown tang and another convict tang in there. So no shortage of fish at all. In fact, no shortage of coral, dry goods, or fish. Always a huge range at Deer Park Aquarium. Alright guys, there you have it. That is the latest store tour of Deer Park Aquarium. As you can tell from the video, there is still heaps of absolutely beautiful corals in stock, especially at the lower end of the price, $35 and $60 frags. Personally, I think some of the ones there are just to die for, and I can tell you right now, if they survive another week in store without anyone buying them, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a whole heap of frags coming home with me, because that'll hit the deadline where I then decide it's safe for me to bring them home and everyone else has had a chance to buy them. So here's your chance to jump in and grab some of those corals before I add them to my dream reef tank. Now, I will wrap things up there, but I did want to give one more quick shout out to the team at Monsoon Aquatics for making it possible for me to fly up and cherry pick out these corals. And of course, Dave from Deer Park Aquarium for letting me spend his money picking out all of these corals to bring back to his store. Other than that, guys, you got any questions, comments, feedback, anything like that at all, pop it in the comment section down below. I do personally reply to each and every comment there, so it is the best way to get hold of me. And other than that, I look forward to seeing you guys next weekend with some more footage from Monsoon Aquatics. Till then, stay safe, keep reefing. Cheers, bye.